What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only, Ash said it. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,600 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of that would be possible without you guys. So I thank you so very much. And yes, darlings, we are into springtime. Spring is in the air. That means, yes, we're slowly but surely coming out of this, this quarantining, this pandemic living. And so events are happening and things are popping off. But that doesn't mean that you can't still get your swagger on. All right. So today I've got the founder and CEO of Swaggr, the wonderful David. Hello, David.
Hello.
How's it going?
Amazing. Thank you for having me. So pumped to be here.
Awesome. So, David, what part of the country are you holding down today?
So we are in Florida. We actually just moved from Houston, Texas.
Ooh, okay.
We are in Boca Raton, Florida, but grew up in Wisconsin. So
okay, cool.
Been all over.
Yes, definitely staying. So did you beat that winter storm in Texas?
Well, we beat it. We got through it, but we definitely had some frozen pipes in our house.
Yeah. Aw. Well,
we got through it though. All good.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So, David, what sparked the idea that birthed Swaggr?
So for me, I've always had a thing with socks in general. Mm-hmm. Whether it was funky socks, like just cool looking socks, and the idea was my wife and I we're very outdoorsy, like to be outside, but we could never find socks that actually fit right, that didn't get holes in them, that didn't wear out in the bottoms, and so my appreciation for good socks and funky socks. We just kind of had that moment where, like, you know what? Maybe we should just make our own. And just sort of steamrolled from there, and that's sort of the inception.
Okay. So why the name Swaggr? Out of all the names you guys could have picked.
So we actually get that question a lot. And it's not this huge, profound, intricate story, but, I think it's pretty cool. So we knew from the beginning that the environment had to be at the forefront. And when we came across the yarn from bottles, we knew that was the mission that we wanted to get behind. So from there, we wanted the face of our organization to be some sort of marine animal. And those sea lions, they walk with swagger. They've got that just cool factor with them. And so we're like, you know what, those sea lions have swagger. We're going to roll with that. And that's really how it came to be.
I love it. All right, so you and your wife, you come up with this idea for these socks. All right, so you have this idea. What next? What was the first thing that you guys did?
So the first thing we did was, when we had the idea, we know, like I mentioned, we wanted it to be environmental aspect needed to be the forefront. So I went out east. I did a ton of research. I went out east to do some training on the actual manufacturing process. And while I was there, that's where I identified the yarn that was made from recycled plastic bottles. And so from there, we did a little bit more research into it, realized that was definitely the way to go. And as we got more ingrained in the environmental issues that plastics pollution brings, we knew we wanted that to be it. And so we created our own blend, and we started making socks, created our own designs, and here we are. So it's been a pretty cool process so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, me personally, after I got my socks, I was like, oh my gosh, I love these. I've never had socks that were just so plush, and they just they fit perfectly. I'm like, I've never had socks like these in my life. I love them.
Yeah, right. You wouldn't believe they're made from bottles, right?
I know. Like, it blew my mind. But, it's like, and also I've not heard of too many companies doing something like this or able to do something like this. So I know that you can't give away everything, but could you tell us a little bit about the process of getting recycled bottles to actually forming them into fabric or a thread.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a pretty cool process. The bottles actually get cleaned. They get shredded into little flakes, turned into little pellets, melted and spun into yarn. And then we take that yarn and we make socks with it.
Wow.
And the process is pretty cool. There are videos out there that you can take a look at, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. So as you guys were figuring out exactly what your brand was going to be, how you were going to do it, and you starting to actually execute, what was the first challenge that you guys faced that you did not foresee?
The first challenge we faced that we did not foresee was the idea that as soon as we launched and we started our website, we figured that we would get flooded with orders, and everybody would say, "Oh my gosh, these are amazing! Buy, 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 buy."
Yeah.
And of course, that didn't happen.
At first, you know.
And I wish it did, but fortunately, it didn't happen that way. So that was, although we had a lot of things in place to combat that and to drive traffic and all of those things. That was, I think, one of the biggest things we didn't expect to happen.
Gotcha. So on the flip side of that, what would you say has been your proudest moment with the brand?
So when we launched, we were in Houston, and we started selling at farmers markets, among other places, but in farmers markets all across the city. And what I think the proudest moments are when we get emails from those customers telling us, they love the socks. We're doing awesome things for the environment. They're throwing out all of the socks that they already have because they're using us, and they're only wearing us. And those emails and the communication from customers that we met face to face through those farmers markets, I think were initially our proudest moments, because it was just justification that not only are we creating an awesome product, but we're helping the environment as well. Yeah. So it was pretty awesome. That was a pretty cool thing.
Definitely. So as COVID hit, most small businesses, all small businesses, everyone has had to adjust. So how did you guys actually pivot with COVID hitting and still connecting with an audience?
Yeah, that's a great question, and we absolutely, felt the effects of it. Right. We were no longer, able to go out and be at those markets. So we really focused our efforts on trying to grow through different channels. Yeah. So we started focusing more with retailers, but also a lot through social media and ads that way, because we know a lot of consumers were going towards really focusing on e-commerce. And so we really tried to focus on generating, pivoting more towards the online sales through our website and really making a push in that regard.
Right. All right, so David, let's talk a little bit about the website. What are some of the offerings that people can see exclusively on your website?
So we offer ankle socks, mid-calf socks. We just recently came out with over-the-knee cable knit socks for women that are pretty awesome. They've got 10 bottles in each pair. Wow. And I think one of the unique things, especially, obviously all of our socks are available on our website, but a minimum of 3 recycled plastic bottles go into each pair that we make. And everything's manufactured in the U.S. We source the yarn from the U.S., the bottles from the U.S., socks are made in the U.S. So, pretty cool thing. And that's really what we wanted to focus on that. But yeah, offerings are, we do discounts on multiple packs, 3 packs, 12 packs, 6 packs, lots of really cool colors, and check it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Swaggr.com.
So, David, with all of your experience now, you and your wife, you guys have just been, jet setting here and there and making all these major moves and this groundbreaking brand. what advice would you offer to the next generation of inventors?
So the advice I would say is just keep moving forward. It's really easy to, and it still happens, it's really easy to get down one day because what you were hoping or what you were expecting wasn't happening. But if you're putting in the work and you know you're putting in the work, just keep pushing forward, because there's going to be a point. It's going to be that make or break point where you can say, oh, it's just too hard. Or if you keep pushing forward, you'll get past it and things will start happening. So if you believe in your product and you believe in what you're doing, biggest thing is just keep moving forward, keep maxing out what you're doing every day. Try and do one thing that you can improve the brand each day, and you'll make it happen.
All right. Love it. David, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Certainly.
Of course. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, not a problem. Let everyone know where they can go check you guys out on social media and also through the website.
Yeah, absolutely. Website is Swaggr.com. You can check us out on Instagram at Get Swaggr, as well as Facebook is at Get Swaggr as well. So check us out. Love to hear from you. And thanks, Ash.
Not a problem. Sounds good. I appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you so much for your love and support. It makes a huge difference. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.